After a grueling day at the pre-order launch date in a nearby mall, of being called a day before the launch date, informing me that my requested color, which is green, was not going to be available for weeks to come due to demand constraint, and that the available colors were the generic white, black, and red. Standing and grueling in line for almost 2 hours and hearing a police officer bribing his way to cut in line due to his duty, which he calls serbisyo para sa bayan, I believe I carried myself through the long line with a cool head and finally got my iPhone 11. Now, can we call this phone as the people's sweet spot of phones? The planet Earth of our solar system? The Goldilocks zone of the iPhone world? Let's find out as I unbox and review my new iPhone 11. And since I did not get my green colored iPhone 11, and for the fact that they are offering me a purple color with only 64GB of memory, which for today's standard is not much, I opted for a product red iPhone 11. Here I have my old iPhone 7 Plus product red. I believe that with this product red, be it from the first red iPod up to this phone, Apple somehow gives a part of the proceeds to worthy causes such as HIV and cancer. Not bad. Even if I didn't have the most coveted iPhone 11 color in the world, hey, at least I'm having this color for a worthy cause. The box looks formidable with the iPhone emblem on the side, the red apple on the other side. As you can see, I got the product red 128GB. Here's some specs on the box, pause if you like. Let's unbox this. I have the product red 128GB iPhone which retails for 51,990 pesos, a much more reasonable prices than the 3-camera iPhone 11 Pros. Wow! All I can say is from the viewpoint of my iPhone 7 Plus red version, this color is a mixture of red and deep coral red or fuchsia. It is so different. It also has what Apple has quoted the strongest glass, but I prefer this glossy glass than in the frosted glass of the iPhone 11 Pros because this one isn't slippery. When you hold it, it does not slip easily. Oh, and the Apple icon is already dead center now compared to the iPhone 10. Both being hefty and heavy, the heftiness seems to make the product more pricier than the usual. The iPhone 11 is touted to have the strongest glass Apple has ever made to any iPhone. What we have in the box after the phone are some leaflets, the SIM ejector tool, and the stickers. And the dreaded 5-watt charger, not even the 18-watt charger, the earphones, and the USB to Lightning cable. Nothing unusual or special left from the box. Let us peel this thing off. Yeah! To tell you frankly, it's well built with strengthened iron glass. Let's compare it with the iPhone 10 side by side. They're both satisfyingly hefty. At the back of this phone, you can clearly see the difference between the iPhone 7, the iPhone 10, from the iPhone 11. With the power button on the right side, let's turn this on for the first time and skip the setup process. There is no life-changing AMOLED screen replacement for this generation and it's still sized as 6.1 inches, which is ideal for my big hands. Let's compare it against my iPhone 10. I gave my mom this phone simply because I see this phone as too small for me, which I opted for Huawei Mate 20 Pro and never looked back. My mom was happy because she doesn't have to fiddle anything to unlock the phone, just with a glance and a swipe. The iPhone 10 unlocks instantly. Lucky me, you can have at least 2 phases for the screen unlock, on which I can still access her phone. This is my Mate 20 Pro. Let's compare it with my iPhone 11. As you can see, size is really relevant. Still missing from the iPhone 11 is the always on display. With the incremental update of iOS 13, the face unlock seems faster. This one has an IP68 rating, dust and water resistant up to 2 meters for 30 minutes, unlike last year's iPhone XR's IP67 rating. On the left side of the phone, we have the mute switch, the volume up and down button. On the right side is the power button. And a SIM slot. And did you know that Hong Kong's version has dual SIM? We have no buttons on top. And at the bottom, we still have the lightning port with two speaker grills, which can accommodate the spatial audio technology invented by Apple, which is similar to the surround sound invented by Dolby Digital. The notch is still present, ubiquitous, and unchanged as ever. Apple, I think, wants to differentiate themselves from the other phone makers by making their notch wider and more prominent, like a fashion company that wants to fashion ideas to trend. And trend it is. This latest iteration has a battery capacity of 3,110 milliamp hours. It is 1 hour longer and better than the iPhone XR from last year. And fact check, do you know the similarity between the iPhone 11 and the MacBook Air 2018? They are both environmentally friendly. With the latest A13 Bionic chipset included in this iPhone 11, with the 3rd generation Neural Engine support, the Geekbench score is relatively higher from last year's iPhone XS. With their own latest software update, let's try their Face Unlock. Seems fast enough. With the iPhone 11, a little millisecond faster. Again, iPhone 11 faster. With the ubiquitous wide notch, the front-facing camera now has a 12-megapixel f2.2 aperture. It can now record 4K video recording at 24:30 and 60 frames per second. And take note, when recording, it also has an auto image stabilization. It also has a flood illuminator which functions as Face ID, and it is enabled by TrueDepth camera for facial recognition. The main camera now has a dual 12-megapixel ultra-wide and wide cameras with an f2.4 aperture and 120-degree field of view. Is it really the best all-around camera of the year? Let's check at the happiest place on earth, Disneyland. With plenty of light, the HDR capability of this phone really shines. Color seems to pop and livelier. The wide camera seems to produce good HDR. There is no struggling and there is no overexposure. But with the harsh light or the sun at the back of your subject, the picture seems to be a hit or a miss. Even with overexposure, the camera still produces colorful results. The front-facing camera seems to have no problem with overexposure even with the direct or harsh light. But I really can't say with the front-facing video camera, although 4K and stabilized, there seems to be an overexposure happening at the background. And with dim lighting, the front-facing camera seems to struggle a bit. But when the night mode is on, it seems to have a better lighting effect. I turned the night mode off when the subject is fast moving, just like here in display. But still, I got colorful results. Using the main camera 4K video recording, you can really see the optical image stabilization at work. It really is smooth. And time really flies when you're having fun. And as night comes, the images produced seems to be colored yellow. The wide angle seems to be struggling up a bit. This is night mode turned off. Night mode turned on. But I'm really blown away by the video recording at nighttime. Please take notice the stabilization and the clarity and detail of the subject. Clearly, the iPhone 11 is the best bang for your buck. Not only does it gives you top-notch specs, better pricing, but also a good and powerful camera all around. Time's up, so there you have it. I'm going to keep this iPhone 11 for the next 2 years. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.